Hey guys, so I'm just going to show you what happens when you try to UFO the 9 dragons. It can be quite frustrating. It UFOs a tiny bit at the first, like this, and then it just really just dies out a bit. And sometimes it can even cause a knot when it gyros around. But you can UFO it horizontally, but what about finger spin UFOs? So I'll show you what happens when you try and do that. It will either completely slip off and not work, or this will happen. And it just dies and really actually goes too far and screws up your tension even more. And this can be a problem because snap starts are really hard to do. We see here one of my snap starts usually worked perfectly fine. Just doesn't want to work because of the string tension. Just blocks it from working. So it can take quite a while to do, and then you just have to resort to what I usually do is just snap my fingers and spin the yo-yo, and it can be quite annoying. Just sitting there and waiting for that, or just taking the loop off your finger can be quite irritating to do. So I'll show you a couple other methods. So the first one I'm going to show you guys is just like a horizontal UFO. Basically you just hold the yo-yo on the appropriate side above your through hand and let it slack at the right tension, and it's going to UFO a bit because the dragon caps on the 9 dragons actually spin with the yo-yo a tiny bit. So this also means rejections work as well, but I'll get onto that later vid. But if you see here, I'm grabbing the right side instead of the left to adjust my tension, and if you hold your hand right, if you've got enough of a powerful throw, the cap will spin fast enough to let the tension adjust, and as you can see there, it's completely neutral, and then you can continue to play. You can do this both ways. It works on both sides, but I'll show you the other method afterwards. That is the sidewinder bind. That looks like that. Just screwed up a bit there. Alright guys, so I'll show you the other way of adjusting the tension on the 9 dragons. It's called the sidewinder bind. To do it, just to practice the motion, do a trapeze and put the loop on your throw hand finger instead of your non-throw hand. And what you want to do is swing to the right if you're right-handed to adjust your tension from your normal throws. This isn't the actual bind itself, it's just a way to get familiar with the motion. To get the bind to actually work this way is you just do a trapeze and you bring your hand back down to halfway and pull up, and that will wrap the bearing a bit and you'll be able to chuck it out to side and it should bind. But if you don't do it enough, that's what happens, it just binds as usual and won't UFO very much. Now it is harder to do on the 9 dragons because it does snag, so I recommend practicing with a normal yo-yo, but that's what the bind looks like properly. You can do this bind both ways, but it can be a bit awkward to do, so I choose to use the UFO method to adjust my string tension the opposite way. It just is a lot more convenient and a lot easier to do. Okay guys, so I'll just grab the stealth to show you the sidewinder bind just on a normal yo-yo. It's a lot easier to practice like this. So now I'm just going to show you how to do the bind all in one motion. So what you're going to do is, instead of putting the loop on your other finger, you want to swing with both the loop on your normal trapeze and swing outside and see it UFOs a tiny bit there. To get it to actually bind like this, what you want to do is again form the bind motion, lower your hand down halfway, and then as you throw it out, bring it up. This can take a bit of practice to get in one motion, so try this that way and just do it like that. And eventually, as you do it, you'll learn that you can actually do it both ways, and you can UFO to the opposite side as well. It is a bit trickier, and I don't have much use for it because I usually just use the trapeze sidewinder, which I'll show you in a sec. I just use that for my string tension adjustments like this. It's trapeze sidewinder. I'm not going to do a tutorial on that just because there's plenty of tutorials out there. But yeah, I use this method for tightening my string, and then the sidewinder bind for loosening my string. So I'll just grab the 9 dragons again here, and we'll just do a quick review. Hey guys, so if you use the normal yo-yo like I said earlier, to learn the sidewinder bind. When you progress to the 9 dragons, it can snag or slip quite a bit. Easy counter this is just don't throw so hard, or only do the sidewinder bind at the end of your trick, and just use the UFO version to adjust your tension the other way, because it's a lot easier to do than sidewinder bind on the 9 dragons in the opposite direction. So I hope these tips helped, and see you next video.